What do you think about that?
Yeah, so this is really fascinating because honestly, the reaction was not quite what I expected. I feel like a lot of South Dakota State fans in particular were angry, kind of a sense of panic almost, like we just lost our biggest rival. Our biggest rival is in a completely different division. We don't know when we're going to play them again. Like, the Dakota marker is a huge game, and for at least a couple of years, we probably won't have it. I'm very curious to see where this impacts South Dakota State in particular. They're the one that's definitely taking the biggest impact of this because they followed North Dakota State everywhere they went. They both moved up to FCS at the same time in 2004. South Dakota State got a lot better because of North Dakota State. They saw their rival winning championships, and they turned around and they started winning championships. So now it feels like South Dakota State might be starting to push to get themselves FBS ready because they're going to want to go up and join their biggest rival. The other curious part is like I didn't expect the same impact on Montana and Montana State fans. I feel like for a long time those fan bases have been very happy at the FCS level, very happy with avoiding the drama that the power conferences cause at the FBS level. I think they were happy being away for that for a long time. But it appears this move has kind of made some of them rethink that a little bit. They're like, well, hang on a moment here. The biggest program in the FCS just moved on. Do we want to avoid getting left behind too? So it's kind of interesting that they even gave that thought. Now, ultimately, how I feel, I think FCS is going to be fine. This division had Appalachian State look really good. Appalachian State won 3 titles in a row. They went to FBS not long after that. Georgia Southern won a lot of titles. They went to FBS. I think the subdivision usually goes along pretty well, no matter what goes on. And I think this will be the same here. I feel like they're outside of those 3 fan bases that I mentioned before. I think a lot of people kind of felt like it was time for North Dakota State to move on. Like they kept dominating. There wasn't a lot of championships to go around because they were winning all of them. And then eventually, when when a fan base of the program does not embrace FCS, it's really not fun to have them in there. And that kind of became the case for North Dakota State, obviously Sacramento State as well, where they both wanted out. And I think a lot of the fans were okay seeing them go. So ultimately, I think FCS will be fine. I think it's going to be really interesting to see the additional parity that we're going to see at that level now because, your biggest program, your dominant program is now out of there. And,
It'll be
I
a
think we saw
vacuum
the
for
example.
sure.
I think we even saw the example this year. North Dakota State got eliminated early on, and the 4 teams that were left were historical FCS programs. They've been at the FCS level pretty much since the start of history. So those legacy programs kind of already started to step up a little bit and show, hey, I think we're going to be okay.
It'll be interesting, and we'll come back to this